Van Halen, the Collection 2 is finally upon us, otherwise known as the box set that's going to save a lot of people a lot of money on Discogs. And again, we've mentioned this on the channel before. This is Lauren, by the way. My name is Russ. That you are far newer to vinyl collecting than I am.
That is true.
And so you've heard things like 5150 on vinyl, possibly OU812 at some point, but like For Unlawful Chrono Knowledge and Balance are records that you cannot find on vinyl. And if you do, they're quite a bit more expensive than most people would want to pay for a record. So that's where this new box set comes in. You are getting more than that, and we'll go over a bunch of that. And also throughout the video, we'll have a bunch of different pictures and things popped up overlaying so you can see what we're talking about. But we go through a lot of the same things when we look at these reviews, whether it's a single LP or not. We always start with the packaging. I'm famous on the channel for saying you don't play the cover, you play the record. But if you're going to pour over $100 into a box set, you kind of expect nice packaging. So for your perspective, when you first looked at the box and then you started looking through the records, what's your first impression?
I mean, I thought they looked wonderful, marvelous. And again, like you said, I don't have a ton of experience with a lot of these on vinyl, but I know my dad had all of them on CD.
Right,
so
right.
I very much had that moment, this is like everything but bigger, you know? And so like, but the artwork is absolutely, it's beautiful. And I guess they were pretty faithful to. Yeah,
I do have owned the original pressings of For Unlawful Chrono Knowledge and an original pressing of Balance. And I can tell you, for my eyes, everything looked exactly the same as it did, including, and then this is usually the part in the video where I complain about how there weren't poly inner sleeves included. But I feel like it's a hard road to walk with reissues because, like for you've seen 5150 on vinyl, and when you get 5150, you open it up, there's that burned in brown Van Halen logo, like. If you pulled it out, it was a black sleeve with just polylines, you'd be like, this isn't right.
I would womp womp.
Right. Yeah, you would womp womp. So for me, the packaging is great. It's about what I expect with these box sets lately. They're all generally in slip cases where you get the LPs inside. But I feel like these are really faithful reproductions. Having owned original pressings of all of the records that are in this, it looks absolutely the same to me. They didn't take any liberties. They didn't, there was no like foil on the originals. It's not on this or anything. It's all very faithful reproductions. Sound quality, because like I say, you don't play the cover, you play the record. Having listened to original pressings of For Unlawful Chrono Knowledge and Balance for years, I think these sound absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
If anything, am I wrong in thinking that there's maybe a little remixing going on here?
There might be. I feel like, because we were listening to some of 5150 earlier today, and there are so many layers to so many songs on there, and they feel more accessible to my less trained than your ears.
Well, one thing I'm almost always pointing out is I feel like a lot of these later reissues and represses and whatnot have a wider soundstage.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's things on these Van Halen recordings that maybe most people haven't heard before. And with Balance, for example, there's so much acoustic backing guitar, even on the harder songs. On Balance, there's a lot more piano work and whatnot. And having all I've ever had to listen to was an original pressing of it. To me, it just jumped off and was like, this is so much wider sounding than it was. Having said that, that's going to be beauty is in the ear of the listener, right?
Yeah.
Like some people are going to be like, no, 5150 sounds
too
this
much.
way. Yeah. Now, I want to say, too, that there is nothing in any of the press release or anything. No one at any point has said there's any sort of remixing here. This is simply our opinion. Me personally, I think there's definitely some remixing going on here. And further to that, I also happen to like what's happening, or else I'd be doing a rant.
I was very excited about it. I was very excited about what I heard because, the title track to 5150, right at the end, there was a bit I was waiting for. It's when they all come together in vocal harmony and say, always want more. I was like, how's this going to be? And it was everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it was a big wall of sound. Yeah.
Awesome.
Price-wise, you're looking at 120-ish. I say 120-ish because the market always fluctuates, but you can find this right now if you go to like your local record store, which you should. Rock City Music in Detroit is a great place to go. I would go to any of your local record stores and grab it. You're going to be able to get it for around 120, 125. Now, at first, you might be like, well, yeah, but that's 4 LPs, right? So by basic math, even at $25 an LP, you're still charging me over 20. But what I haven't mentioned yet is in this set, you do get a 5th LP, which is, I've seen some scuttlebutt, if I might be so bold as to use that word online, about the fifth record in this set is referred to as having rarities.
Okay.
And the scuttlebutt is some people say, well, that's not that rare. The 3 songs that were included on the Best of Both Worlds, I would argue not every fan went out and bought the Best of Both Worlds Greatest Hits package. Certainly not every fan bought the Japanese pressing of Balance on CD to get the song Crossing Over.
Yeah.
So again, to me, that's like in the eye of the beholder. Like for me, I'm a massive Van Halen fan. I bought nearly everything they've ever had. I have owned the Best of Both Worlds 2 CD best of at one time. I don't have it now. I couldn't even, it's probably in someone's trunk somewhere, so to have that, all of that stuff
that's
on
pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah. And that song Crossing Over, like I love the album Balance. Sure. I would love to have another song from those sessions. So for me, the price 120 is reasonable. Especially with faithful recreations of the originals, with the work that was done into getting it all reproduced, and the rarities LP. As far as value goes, on the channel we never go, you should absolutely go buy this. But for me, the 2 things that bring the most value here is Balance and For All Lawful Carnal Knowledge. Balance alone, if you are going to try and find a original pressing of Balance, you're going to pay 4 times the price of this box set.
Yeah, that's
easy. Like easy.
I know.
And that's before you worry about For Lawful Carnal Knowledge. That's before you worry about OU812, which is going up in price now, 5150, which is becoming more rare. So for that, for my money, you're getting, for a quarter of the price of one of them, you're getting all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And as somebody who is, I'm a big fan of Hagar era Van Halen, and I was like, I would like to hear this properly, and I haven't been able to. So I'm excited.
Yeah, we were earlier this year, her and I were talking about like, well, maybe we'll start to track down some of those. And then when this got announced, I was like, well, never mind.
Yeah, we'll just wait.
For me, and like I said, I don't feel like it's our place to say you should spend your money this way. But in my opinion, if you're a Van Halen fan, take it from a person who has owned the original pressings of these. I would, in a heartbeat, I would take these as equal to or better than the original. So if you're on the fence about it, even if you own the originals, maybe just for the remix aspect of it, might be good to take a listen to. I definitely would. If I still had the big vinyl collection, I absolutely would have bought it just to have it as well. But those are our thoughts. Again, that is Lauren. My name is Russ. Every Sunday we have some vinyl stuff coming for you on the channel. So if there's records you'd like us to look at, please by all means let us know, or drop a comment and let us know what you think of these. Watch for our reaction videos on Saturday and our regular music discussions all through the week. We got a lot going on here, and we hope that you enjoy what we're doing. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.